Alrighty guys, we're back for some Big Gruul, and this is a Phyrexia, all will be one, standard brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks, and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? Green Sun's Twilight is actually what the deck is built around. It's an X and a green, sorcery speed. Reveal the top X+1 cards of your library. Choose a creature card and or a land card from among them. Put those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is 5 or more, instead put the chosen cards onto the battlefield or into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Yeah, it's not going to be that bad to get to 6 mana to have X is 5, and I think that is just absolutely disgusting. So we are looking at this card as a 6 mana card in this build, right? So we have a bunch of ways to ramp into that in here, right? 4 Goldhounds is going to be terrific, and we'll go over why in just a second. We have Loamspeaker to help us ramp, Kessig Naturalist to help us ramp as well. We have a couple prize fights in here for the treasure token, but also some pretty chunky creatures that will actually do some damage when they end up fighting. Breaking off from the ramp real quick, I do want to talk about our single Tamiyo safekeeping in here. Being able to protect some of our top-end creatures is going to be relatively important, so we do have a safekeeping, and I'm opting for safekeeping over the Tyvar's stand because of the life gain, and that's really the only reason I'm going for safekeeping in here. Okay, what else do we got in here then, guys? Well, a small wolf theme with Tovolar Dire Overlord being our card draw of the deck. We have a wolf here with Cemetery Prowler. This is a 3-mana 3/4 with Vigilance, and when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you get to exile a card from a graveyard. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card type they share with cards exiled with Cemetery Prowler. So what you want to do, of course, is exile creature cards and then have your creatures much cheaper to cast. That's if you don't see the Green Sun's Twilight. Of course, you could be picking up your opponent's sorcery speed stuff too to make the Green Sun's Twilight cost less with the Prowler. I think this card's going to be terrific in here, and of course it fits that wolf theme. And I wanted to talk about that Goldhound because you could go turn 1 Goldhound and then a turn 2 Cemetery Prowler, and then pick up the Goldhound out of your grave, and now, like a turn 2, 3, 4 Vigilance is already nasty, but now all of your creatures cost less. Dude, I love the little combo going on with Goldhound and the Prowler, so. Alright, what else do we got packed in here? We have 4 Reckless Stormseekers, just a powerful werewolf that really knows how to plug damage through, and being able to give some of our top end haste sounds pretty powerful. Some of our top end already has haste, but you guys know what I mean. We have a Howlpack Piper here. This is a 4-mana 2/2, can't be countered. Unfortunately, it gets picked up by everything, every single spot removal in the game, right, including cut down. But that's okay, because it's still like, I gotta try it, at least a 1 of in here, because if we don't see the Green Sun's Twilight, we need another way to get the big old chunky creatures onto the board. So for 1 and a green, you can tap it. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it's a wolf or werewolf, untap Howlpack Piper, activate only as a sorcery. This is actually a great way to get it to nighttime on your turn too, because instead of casting the creatures, you're just plopping them onto the board. We should have fit like at least 2 of these in here just to see how it did, because some of these top end creatures using the Piper for it just sounds like cheating at that point, you know what I mean? But we'll see. Only a 1 of, and the main reason is because, yeah, it just gets hit by everything, and paying 4 mana only to have your opponent cut it down is a very sad feeling. So I have a single Thrun in here. This is a 5-mana 5/5, can't be countered, has trample, and can't be the target of non-green spells your opponents control or abilities from non-green sources your opponents control. As long as it's your turn, Thrun has indestructible. Wow. I am surprised we don't run into this more often. Thrun is just nasty, dude. Only 1 of it is legendary, and I wanted more room for more of the top end, which, speaking of which, we're finally there. We already looked at Green Sun's Twilight, obviously. We have a couple Titan of Industries. Yeah. What more do I have to say about Titan of Industry? Of course, we have to have a couple of these on the top end, but the main all-star is going to be the Tyrranax Rex. This is a 7 mana, 8/8. It can't be countered. Trample, Ward 4, Haste, Toxic 4. The main goal of this deck, guys, is to just cheat Tyrranax Rex onto the board and just start swinging in. And then once it hits, you know, the opponents find a way to remove it potentially. You just play the next Rex from your hand next turn, right? Whether you're cheating it in with Piper or getting it in as a 6-drop off of the Green Sun's Twilight, which, you know, it's only 1 mana cheaper, but the big thing there is the Rex doesn't have to be in your hand. You just find it off the top with the Green Sun's Twilight, which just sounds actually pretty incredible, right? Now, we could argue that it should be 3 Rex and 3 Titans because, you know, the Titan does a lot. It has that reach, too, which can be very important with all the opponents playing flying recently, too. The life gain's good, the extra Rhino, the shield counter. So it could be argued, but I really just want to see Rex because of that haste. I just want to swing in, man. That's what I want to do. Only have 24 land in here, and I think it's going to be completely fine. Look at all the ramp in this deck between the Prizefight, Goldhound, Loamspeaker, Naturalist, and the Prowler. That's a lot of ramp, dude. And then we're not even trying to get to that 7 mana necessarily. We're just trying to hit the 6 mana for the Twilight or even the Piper at that point too. So yeah, that's the list, guys. Let's go over the honorable mentions. Bushwhack almost made the cut. Arlen almost made the cut as well, but it's not a creature, so it's like another card in here that can't be picked up by the Green Sun's Twilight. So yeah, Silverback Elder almost made the cut, but I think Thrun's going to be a little better in this build in particular because this, you actually have to cast the creature spell for the Elder. And, you know, we're not always going to be casting creature spells. So, and then there's the Tyvar stand. Like I said, Safekeeping is in here because of the 2 life. And that's really the only reason Safekeeping made the cut. You could swap these out easily if you want the Tyvar stand instead, because honestly, giving +X/+X could help you wrap up a game, especially if you're slamming a big amount onto a Rex. So, something to think about, I suppose. Yeah, the Safekeeping is like one of those things. I was seeing a lot of mono red when I put the list together, but now I'm not. I'm seeing a lot more mid-range, so I'm sure we'll see some mono red today, though. I'm well overdue. That's the list, guys. All of the dual lands this time, too. I think we want all of them, honestly. Obviously, the Rockfall Vale and the fast lands, too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the land configuration is all the dual lands that you have access to. Oh, of course, a Who Endures and a Crucible of Defiance as well. Yep. All right, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked and see how we do. Okay, what am I expecting from the build here? I don't know. Probably somewhere in the middle. I don't think we're going to get absolutely obliterated, but I also don't know how often we're going to pull everything off that we want to pull off. You know what I mean? All right, we'll try it. We'll try it. So we have our, actually, yeah, we have our turn 1 Goldhound, turn 2 Prowler combo that I was gushing about, so we'll give that a shot. It's actually so cool, man. Like, Prowler's stats overall are, it's actually kind of insane. Prowler's stats are really good. Forest. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Creatures cost 1 less. Nice. That's so cool, man. Now we just need to see creatures to play, right? There's the problem where, like, Naturalist and stuff. There we go. Another Prowler. Oh, wow. An Ivy. Start with the swing, I suppose. Nothing to pick up in the graves. They probably just take the 3. And we will play the Goldhound. A little bit of ramp. Play the Prowler. So what's the big, like, what's the card to draw next here? Like, what do we really need to see? Okay. We might get a good swing. They get that card draw. They have a Forest open, could play a Rot Priest, but it's probably going to be protection. Ooh, 2 forests open. All right, there's 5 mana total. It's not enough. Play the Rex yet. I think it might just be a Goldhound swing. Yeah, we probably just swing with everything, right? If we go Green Sun's Twilight, grab another mana. We could go Green Sun's Twilight for 3. We might do that. I think we keep Goldhound on the board. Prowler not hitting anything again, but it's good damage. It's good damage early on. We might Twilight for 3. Yeah, let's do that. And I guess we could have done that before combat if we wanted to pick up the Green Sun's Twilight out of the grave with the Prowler, but I think this is fine too. Not picking anything up with the Prowlers, right? They have no blue source open, so it's not a counter spell. And I guess we'll grab the untapped source because we don't really need, and then Loamspeaker's fine too. There's another Green Sun's Twilight, but yeah, mainly it's just finding the mana, and that way we can play Rex for 6 mana next turn, and maybe that'll wrap up the game, honestly. Like, they would need something seriously impressive, or get rid of the Goldhound. Like, they really need to hit that Goldhound this turn, so we can't ramp into Rex, or hit the Prowler that's helping us ramp too. Yeah, that could be huge for them if they can take out the Prowler. Okay, grab Rot Priest. Are we gonna die this turn? We might die this turn, guys. That would not be cool. Rot Priest number 2, they have a lot of mana open, man. We might die this turn. Crap. They go for the swing, get a draw. Okay. Yeah, they have 2 mana open, so it could be... I mean, one of them is an island. It could be March, and then just target their whole board, get rid of a blue source, or get rid of a blue card out of your hand, right? Oh no, but it's so fun, opponent. Just don't have it. Just don't have it. I mean, they could still do it, right? The March is... Not this March, the other... the Swirling Mist March. That's still instant speed, so... Well... See if they have a make disappear for our Rex. I think we have to do it. I think if we don't, and they have the March of the... Or they could draw the March of the Swirling Mist. I don't really know. All I know is things have to happen here for sure. What's in our grave? Take an instant, or I guess we'll take the sorcery from ours. That's fine. And then we'll take their instant. Okay. They block, that's 11 damage. They need to gain life off of a Tamiyo Safekeeping! Oh no! They get to copy it for Ivy, which means they're going up to 14. And they're taking 13. Oh, we're dead, guys. We're so dead. Wait, how much damage did they take? No, I miscounted. My bad. They took 11 damage. I think I said 13 for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Well, you have an opponent? We have 5 poison counters, so... Yeah, the lifelink on Tamiyo Safekeeping can always go a very long way. Ivy swings. They draw a card. I mean, I can only imagine they're going to see it soon, right? I only have the 1 blue source open over here. Could be more safekeepings. Really depends. They have the blockers necessary. Croaking Counterpart, copy Rot Priest. I mean, it's over, right? It's gotta be. That's 1-2. Oh, then another 1-2. It depends what's in their hand. Like, they could only have land in hand. That's possible. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna have it here. That's a nice Rot Priest. That's a nice looking Rot Priest. I love that. I love that it's just a frog. Good game, opponent. Good game. Man, I feel like that could That could have gone either way easily, right? Pretty cool. I feel like our deck did a really cool thing. I love that we got the Cemetery Prowler out on turn 2. I don't think we've ever been able to do that before. I don't think I've ever played a deck with Goldhound and Prowler. I don't know. It's just really cool. It's just like a really neat concept to me. I think the biggest issue with making our creatures cost less is, yeah, the ones that it doesn't do anything for. The Naturalist, we have all 4 of those. You still got to pay the green and the red for that. Of course, the Goldhound being a 4 of, you know, obviously you still got to pay the red for that. It's not just going to be a free Goldhound. But other than that, I don't know. It's just really neat. Oh, that's bad. No green source. If we had a green source, this would be pretty decent, because we'd have Loamspeaker. Potential Prizefight to ramp into Prowler. Nope, it's a mulligan, huh? Yeah. I had to double check to make sure that we didn't have the green source, because it was a little surprising, but at this point, we might ditch a land. Probably the slow land here. That way, first 2 turns we have the Copperline. Because we have 2 2-drops that potentially help us ramp. And a lot more land in the deck. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Mono black went first, too. Well, we should be scared, guys. We should definitely be scared. We could get there, though. Loamspeaker or Naturalist? Which one do we want to die to the cut down? Let's go with Naturalist. Because if Naturalist sticks... Well, because they still have Sleeper, they could actually save Sleeper as a blocker too. But I think they're going to swing. They did go first, so it's probably... It might be a mono black list leaning towards aggro. Kind of like the list we put together yesterday. I did my best to lean that list towards aggro. Phyrexian Fleshgorger. It's a tough one. That is a tough one to get around. Loamspeaker is great, man. Prowler blocks well, but we'd still have to double block the Fleshgorger. Stormseeker... I think it's Prowler, just for the sake of being able to block. I think that's fine. No swing with Naturalist, easy block for the opponent. No 4-drop to ramp into here either, so... Let's see, if they cut down Prowler, we lose both, but we don't take 3. 4 open. If a Shieldra drops... Oh, crap. Oh, geez. While Prowler I chose to play for the blocks, I didn't really think about the fact of a spot removal just completely ruining the blocks, so that was something to think about. Reckless Stormseeker. Green Sun's Twilight has to do a thing eventually, and that would be next turn potentially. If we let the Naturalist survive. So let's get the Stormseeker down. If it was Loamspeaker, Naturalist could have died to the cut down, though. Ah, tough decisions. Very tough decisions. It's going to be a go for the throat for the Prowler. So yeah, we would have lost Naturalist in the blocks there. At this point, they have 1 mana open. We could swing with Stormseeker, but we are getting pretty low. So I suppose we hold and block with Stormseeker and hope the Naturalist survives. Problem with Naturalist is now we're looking for the Titan of Industry. You have to swing with Naturalist first to get the ramp off of it, right? Whereas the Loamspeaker, we wouldn't have had to swing, which means either way, I think we need a blocker. So we block here, they buff it, and Invoke Despair might not hit. If they don't buff it, Invoke Despair hits, and then we lose the Stormseeker. I don't know, man. Tough decisions. If they do buff it, then they won't have Shieldred this turn either, right? 3 mana open. Okay. That's not too bad for us, them drawing. I mean, it could be bad, but... Here's our 5th mana. We swing with Lord of the Ulvenwald, right? Then that's 6. We go Green Sun's Twilight, hopefully hit a Titan of Industry. Would be the best hit. Anything big enough to block Flesh Gorger, though, eventually would be good. 1 go for the throw out. Yeah. At least we have ramp, right? At least it's the ramp is here. X is 5. That's pretty cool, man. I think the deck, these first 2 are really showcasing what the deck's capable of. Oh, it's just a bunch of land, though. Oh, man. All right, Rockfall Vale and another Naturalist is fine. Yeah, we were hoping for something a little chunkier there, for sure. Battlefield. Goldhound. Wait, that'll switch it back to daytime. If we switch it back to daytime, we lose the... Let's see, Flesh Gorger's getting through. It could just be more spot removal for this either way. I think we're in trouble, guys. I think we're in trouble. I think switching it to daytime's fine, but I also think holding back for the turn is fine too. Yeah, we really needed to see something huge there. That doesn't mean we can't potentially draw something huge off the top. Even a Thrun would be great. Holy cow, would it be great. Vat of Rebirth, huh? Artifact or creature you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put an oil counter. Oh, nice. Oh, they can buff that. Oh, crap. Oh, crap, guys. It's probably going to switch back to daytime anyways. They buff it. We don't take 5 damage. Yeah, it's not great, but I think that's what we gotta do. Maybe, right? Because if we don't do that, they had all that mana open, they switch it back to daytime regardless. Loamspeaker, Goldhound. Ah, man, we really gotta see our top end. Something we could consider. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, so it's going back to day, so double block with Flesh Gorger still doesn't do as much as we'd want it to do because of spot removal. But now that I'm thinking about it, guys, we could drop a Naturalist and or a Stormseeker and go up a couple more top ends, you know? All right, I guess it's probably Goldhound there, but either way, I believe it's the opponent's game because, yeah, no, it is because of the menace on the Flesh Gorger. A good game, opponent. That was an uphill battle, guys, but it could have gone either way. We could have seen better stuff off of the Green Sun's Twilight, so I don't know. I like this build. It's pretty neat, man. I think we could do some fine-tuning for sure, though, especially if the rest of the matches today end up being a little bit like that match where we're not seeing our top end that we need. So let's find out. Let's keep going. I like this, man. This is a cool one so far. Yeah, if we drop a Naturalist, drop a Stormseeker, go up more top end, what I would do is I would actually go up the Piper, make sure we keep with the wolf theme, and maybe a Thrun. Maybe not like the full top end. Maybe. And then in that list, we saw how important a Titan of Industry would be, so dropping a Rex going up the 3rd Titan, so 3 Titans, 3 Rex. It's a fine hand, I would say. It's definitely much slower. Hello, opponent. But like, turn 2 Loamspeaker's great. They drop another hello. Reckless Stormseeker's a good draw. So the plan here is, now one of the, oh, okay, hold on. Let me think. Loamspeaker was able to remain on the board, which is good news, I guess. Let's just go Stormseeker. And maybe full swing? Let the farmhand hit through? I mean, we probably hit for 4 here. Be Orzhov mid-range easily. Easily Orzhov mid-range. They don't take that damage. One of the things too with all of the 2 mana ramps, right? More 4-drops could do a thing, potentially, as you're trying to ramp by the 3. But we also have like Goldhound as the 1 mana ramp, and so ramping into the 3-drop. I don't know. It really depends. 2, 3, 4. We're getting close to the Green Sun's Twilight. Getting close. We'll wait for it next turn. We'll probably play Prowler. Prowler swing. Right? It's pretty good. As long as it's not a depopulate next turn. We full swing because, yeah, we get the excess damage through depending on where they block. They do block, so it's probably going to be a depopulate, huh? We could have played around a depopulate. That's painful. That's painful. But we have 5 mana. We're getting close to the Green Sun's Twilight. Technically, we could have had it this turn, but I think it was going to be a depopulate either way from the opponent there. What do you guys think? So a mana off the top could be huge. The opponent's not rocking blue, so the Green Sun's Twilight will still land at least and potentially get us something good. Edgar comes down. Gotta land. We could ramp into the T-Rex off the Naturalist, but then Edgar blocks it well. So we search, man. See what we find. Gonna find a mana off this anyways. Stormseeker. Battlefield. Cool, man. It's cool. Can't swing into Edgar well here. We have 7 mana for the Rex. Rex is huge against a deck like this, man. Had we seen another Rex there, I mean, that would have been very scary for the opponent. Wow, they switch it to nighttime. Wow. Well, safekeeping, it would be awesome to have the safekeeping open. It'll be open after we swing. But we got to play Rex before combat for sure. And they'd want to remove it now before the swing, because we're going to grab green and then safekeeping's open to protect the Rex. Woohoo! Oh, maybe not. Maybe they do it now. Ooh, protection is open. That is huge for us, guys. Yeah, they wanted to do their spot removal before the swing. Trample on the Lord of Ulvenwald. Yep, just wait for the target, right? They need 4 open to hit Rex, so they might hit Storm Charge Slasher instead. Oh, very nice opponent. We're still going to protect whatever they block with the Edgar, because that's still very good then. Gonna switch back to daytime though. Down to 4. Comes out as an artifact. You know what we could have done? No. We didn't have the, yeah. It's not like we had that green mana on their turn either. I was going to say we could have played around another Depopulate, because Depopulate number 2 would be soul crushing. They also have the mana available for Farewell as well, so I don't know, man. White Sun's Twilight? Oh no! Yep. And it's a land off the top. Ah, jeez. Our deck was just a little bit too slow this time, guys. If only we could see the top end with the Green Sun's Twilight. So we really, really need to talk about going up more top end. So we talked about the Thrun and the Piper, but let's skip that for a second. Let's just think about... So let's keep the 4 Rex and go up with the 3rd Titan. Just like adding the 1 more Titan. A good game opponent. Brutal stuff, man. Couple board wipes, White Sun's Twilight on the top end. Orzhov, man. Looks good. It looks good, opponent. That should be hitting for lethal still, right? I mean, I'm assuming. Either way, if we don't block one of the poison, we would have had 10 poison, so yeah, there it is. Yeah, GG. Wow. Hey, the last couple days, we saw 2 different mid-range builds that kind of just, it blows my mind that we don't see. The standard meta is so ridiculously powerful that there's still like these powerful little decks that aren't really in the meta, but they're like completely viable. So yesterday, we saw Selesnya mid-range, and that deck was terrifying, dude. Holy cow, did it just look so powerful. And then look at that Orzhov build. Does that not just look impressive, to say the least? I know the board wipes are annoying, but I mean, that's a big part of mid-range builds. Wow. Only 1 forest. We could be getting a little luckier today, guys. I do feel that way. There we go. That's a much better hand. Keep the 6, but send what? I love everything here. I guess the Rex, because it's so far away. In this deck, though, the ramp has really proven itself. Like, we ramp pretty fast, honestly. Which is nice. Whenever you play Naturalist, there's like a thing with Naturalist, though, where it definitely likes to be in a deck that... We'll keep the red hidden for now. It likes to be in a deck that runs more 1-drops, like we saw last time with our single Tamiyo Safekeeping, right? Whenever you play like a more aggressive style Gruul werewolves, when you have the Naturalist, you play like things like Play with Fire. That way when you swing in, you'll have the red source to use the Play with Fire too. Which happens to be relatively decent. We pick up nothing with Prowler. We have the 4 mana, so this is another example of what I was saying, where if we had more 4 mana cards, then our 2 mana ramps would be a little bit better. But at the same time, ramp doesn't always work out as you'd expect. It's so, woo, buddy, Ratadrobic hits this board. We don't have great blocks now. Let's take the 4 from the Adeline, and hopefully... Okay, so Prizefight has to hit the Ratadrobic. It has Ward too. Oh no. Oh no, guys. Alright, so if we go Prizefight, Denick, they get a duplicate. Alright, it's Cemetery Prowler number 2, right? Right? Yeah. Just keep blockers, I guess. We can't swing into this either. I know, like, this has vigilance, but we can't swing into that. I mean, I guess we could. It's just a quick block with the Adeline. Ratadrobic number 2, get a token of Ratadrobic. Keep Ratadrobic back. No, they swing with it. I mean, they're gonna get a token. Block. They do have 1 card in hand. They're gonna get 2 Denicks. It doesn't matter. We got to do something. You know what I mean? Got to do something here. Taking 6. Could double block the Adeline. They get 2 of them. Now it's this. See what they have in their hand here. Oh, Seat of the Empire protects the Ratadrobic. If I would have blocked the Ratadrobic with both Prowlers, we would have taken an extra 2. They have 2 Denicks over here. We do end up seeing the land that we need, but it's way too late, guys. Because Prizefight, pay the 2, get the Ratadrobic off the board. They get another Ratadrobic back. They full swing next turn. And then, yeah, we only have the 1 mana open from the treasure. So Thrun can come down, but then it's still just a full swing from the opponent. Yeah, everything was a little bit too little too late this game, guys. GG, a very powerful version of Esper Legends. I don't know if Esper Legends runs Ratadrobic on the top end. I gotta be real with you guys. Esper Legends doesn't usually get to its top end too often against us. I'm not trying to sound mean there or anything, but I haven't seen Esper Legends do too much in the past couple months. This time, though, it's really doing something. Hey, GG opponent, that should be 8 going through no matter what there. Well over it, right? So I wonder if there's a better way to play that out there. Getting wrecked by the meta right now, or I don't know if we want to call it the meta, right? I really don't know what the meta is. I really haven't for like the last couple months. It's supposed to be mono black, mono red, and Selesnya Toxic. And while we do see all of those, it's mostly just other stuff is what I'm going up against. And when I do ask, you guys tell me it's a lot of mono red. I don't know, man. I don't know. Even if we do see mono red, I think this deck might struggle a little bit. Here we go. Got a Piper. That'll be fun to try out. It's a good hand. Evolved Sleeper. Prizefight hits that with the Loamspeaker, so that'll be good. Let's get that Loamspeaker down. We actually saw the land. We can ramp into the Howlpack Piper, but now we're up against potential mono black, so cut downs hit the Piper too. And cut downs hit the Loamspeaker, so we don't get that ramp successfully. However, Dire Overlord is very powerful, and we're seeing land. This is great, guys. This is good. We're drawing well this game for sure. Yeah, we just take that. It could still be a go for the throat, but we don't want to just have them buff a sleeper and then trade. It's gonna be a Flesh Gorger mono black, huh? Okay. Well, who endures? It's gonna be a land this time. Howlpack Piper definitely just gets picked up by spot removal next turn, so I think the best bet would be... Like, I like the Prizefight into the Flesh Gorger, but we lose the Overlord then. Maybe they trade. We could instant speed kill Sleeper, and then that removes their whole board. Let's see what happens if we get a draw here or not. They don't know what's in hand. It could be Tamiyo Safekeeping. Like, there's so many options for us. They go for it. Take out the Sleeper. Flesh Gorger dies as well. And we'll play Loamspeaker this turn. Not bad. We got a little ramp off the treasure over here. Land off the top wouldn't be like the greatest because Titan can't come down yet, but Howlpack Piper can still come down and we get to keep the treasure then. And maybe we can use Piper too. I mean, not this turn because it doesn't have haste, but yeah. Loamspeaker ramp. Loamspeaker's alive. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm sitting here like, yeah, we don't have 7 mana. You just gotta, you literally have to anticipate. Okay, shield counter on the Titan because not all mono black runs exile removal. Switches. So a swing isn't the greatest. They only have 3 swamps, guys. I kind of feel bad. That kind of sucks that they only have 3 swamps. They block here. They have spot removal for the Titan. Do I not swing? I think we swing, right? Because getting rid of the Glutton would be great. Piper comes down. Prowler? Stormseeker's good too. I guess Stormseeker, actually. The haste on Stormseeker is pretty good. Do we want to switch it back to daytime? Probably not. Right? End turn. Because next turn then, if it is still nighttime... Hey, GG opponent! We got there, guys! We got there! The deck did a thing. Unfortunately, the opponent got a little unlucky. They only got 3 swamps, which definitely sucks. They had great cards, though, let's be real, and so did we. Even if they did see more swamps, I think we were relatively set up after the Titan was able to hit the board. It's a little funny that I was so shocked that the Loamspeaker survived. Guys, we're 39 minutes in, technically. We don't have time for one more, but I gotta try it. I have to. I have to try it, guys. There's like I need a way to actually get bigger sample sizes for my decks. You know what I mean? So we're going to try one more. If it starts leaning towards the opponent, we'll give it to the opponent. It's completely fine, right? If it starts running too long, of course, right? Titan of Industries, only 2 mana, 3 mana cards, none of our ramp. Okay. It's a mulligan, right? I don't, because there's no guarantee that we see a third land from now until the end of the game. Oh. Oh. Oh, I don't know if it got worse necessarily, but it's pretty much the same. And we can't go down to 5. Oh, I know exactly what we need to go over when it comes time to go over the deck again. But, yeah. It might be worth talking about... Oh, no, more of the top end. Come on, guys. Land off the top. Land off the top. Come on. Come on now. The deck does know how to draw relatively well. Okay. Oh, no. More Esper. Oh, it's probably Esper control. I'd rather keep the Prowlers on the board and let them counter... Oh. Let them kill the Stormseeker. There it is. Then we pick up Stormseeker with the Prowler. Then they kill Prowler. Then we pick up the Prowler with the Prowler, right? Adeline, no, it's going to be more Esper Legends. What on earth, dude? I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. Thrun's a good draw. Thrun's pretty good, man. We grab a creature in attempts to actually make our creatures a little bit more cost-effective here. Like, Thrun could totally come down next turn. Looks like it is going to be Prowler number 2, which means we don't need to see a land yet. We do see that land, though, so when it comes time, Thrun could hit. We don't need to see a land next turn. We just need Prowler to stick. And then Thrun is great, dude. Oh, man, yeah. We can totally get there. This is our chance for revenge against Esper Legends. What's the meta, guys? I don't know. I literally don't know. I feel like I've been asking that question for ever since the new set came out. You know what? Let me know again down in the comments. What are you guys seeing? Prowler does not stick, and it no longer has a creature to hit. So, land off the top would be huge. Thrun needs to hit this board, man. At this point, though, Adeline's going to trade with it because it only has Indestructible on our turn, so... Oh, and Adeline keeps the counters, too. Yeah, no, this one's the opponent's, guys. It was our chance for revenge. They definitely got there, though. I don't see a way through here. Taking a ton of damage because of the pain lands, too. They full swing and plug all the counters onto Rafine, and that does us in. Sheoldred, sure. Like I said, though, full swing, all counters onto Rafine. Then block Adeline, block 1/1. And they just need to put a couple counters onto this. There you go. Yeah, GG. Wow. Wow, right after I said we haven't seen Esper Legends do too much recently. Good game, opponent. They have the Plaza of Heroes open too. It's going to be a Seat of the Empire. Good game. Dang. Getting humbled by these Esper Legends decks, huh? Yeah, let's go talk about this list, man. I have a lot to say about it. We're 43 minutes in, which is perfect. That's exactly where we need it to be. So against Esper Legends, I guess we could use a little bit more, but also we could draw a little better too. But that might be the deck's fault, right? Like, sometimes you get bad draws because the deck just happens to be set up in a way that gives you bad draws, you know what I mean? Would have liked to see more from Green Sun's Twilight today. You just need like so much on the top end to actually see what you want to see. So the concept behind it is you're seeing 6 cards. You got 60 cards in the deck. So if you have 6 cards on the top end, that's 10% of the deck. So the Green Sun's Twilight should theoretically, in that sense, right, usually hit something on the top end. But as you saw, that's not always the case, and luck isn't always on our side either. So what would I do? I would drop a Stormseeker or 2. I had more in mind for the werewolf side of the deck, and I didn't really see it today like I wanted to see it. Could actually cut the whole werewolf theme and just try more ramp, but I love werewolves, so we had to try it. And I think we could successfully keep the wolf theme in here since I think Prowler is excellent. And I love the Goldhound Prowler combo so much. I just love it. I love it. It's just so cool. It's so neat, man. So I'm keeping that for sure. So I would drop 2 Stormseekers, 1 Naturalist. That gives us 3 spots open. And if you're cutting all of that, you're getting rid of a lot of your wolves. Dire Overlord might be a little bit worse at that point. So you could just cut the 2 Stormseekers. Either way, I think we need to go up a couple 4-drops to make sure that our 2-mana ramp cards actually do something relatively important. Probably something chunky, I would say. Some kind of chunky, maybe even a hasty, like Ulvenwald Oddity would be a good one, right? Ulvenwald Oddity, that could be neat. It has haste on its own, so you don't need the Stormseeker. What's the one with oil that's new and chunky? Spinoderm, that's a 5/5, dude. That could be a cool one, a couple of those. And you really don't mind hitting a Spinoderm off of the Green Sun's Twilight either. A couple 4-drops, man. I think a couple 4-drops could do a lot here. So drop 2 Stormseekers, go up a couple 4-drops. I think Titan of Industry is good enough to go up to the 3rd one, but I wouldn't drop a Rex to do it. I would drop something else. I would actually opt for the 7 on the top end here. At that point, maybe it's Piper. I love Piper, and the more wolves you get rid of too, the worse the Dire Overlord gets. So it's a difficult balance, as there was already a balance in the deck before all of this. So if you start to take out too much of it, it starts to crumble around itself. So it's tough. It's tough. And I guess you could go down to like 2 Green Sun's Twilights and go up that other Titan of Industry since we're ramping so well already. But I don't like that either. I really like seeing the Green Sun's Twilight. Getting to 6 mana is really easy. It really is. Since Goldhound doesn't fit the wolf theme, we could go down to 3 of these. You're missing the early ramp and you're getting rid of that awesome combo that I love so much with Prowler, but I could see going down to 3. Okay, so wait, let's go over that again because there was so much said there. So if we drop a Goldhound, drop 2 Stormseekers, go up like 2 Spinoderms or some other chunky 4-drop that you really like, right? It should be a creature though, that way Green Sun's Twilight can hit it. And go up the Titan of Industry. Yeah, I think that would be pretty decent, honestly. Overall though, the deck's gonna be janky. The meta is super terrifying, no matter what you are going up against, whether it is what other people are seeing with a bunch of mono red or a bunch of mono black. I'm definitely seeing mono black, but it's fine. And mono black, it's still like, it's not that bad. I understand the annoyance of the Invoked Despairs, but it's not too bad. Or you're seeing what I'm seeing, and it's just all over the place and just a bunch of mid-range decks that are just absolutely destroying me. The Orzhov mid-range, I'm looking at that deck, and like that Selesnya mid-range deck, I brought it up so many times in yesterday's videos, but I'm just literally in awe that Selesnya mid-range isn't a thing. So, okay, guys, enough rambling, huh? If you made it this far into the video, for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.